Well, here's a question for you. What do you do with your leftover pumpkins after Halloween? Now, David Rolling from the Kansas State Research and Extension Office is with us to help guide us on what to do with those leftover gourds. Good morning to you. Happy to have you.
Good morning.
Yes. So talk to me a little bit about recycling pumpkins and just what you can do with those leftover pumpkins.
Yeah, there's a couple different options of what you can do. So the first one is if you have a compost pile or know someone that has a compost pile, you can add those pumpkins to your compost. The second option is if you have livestock or poultry or have friends or family that do, you can feed those pumpkins to them as long as the pumpkins haven't been painted or treated with bleach. I know sometimes people treat them with bleach to help make them last longer is the thought behind that. So as long as the pumpkins haven't had either of those two things done to them, they are safe to feed to livestock and poultry.
Absolutely. And then are pumpkins 100% completely compostable, or does it specific parts of the pumpkin, or is it all good?
It's all good. The whole pumpkin is. If you cut it up, or sometimes by now you can just kind of toss the pumpkin in there and it will break up. That will help the process go a little bit faster. And then if you're feeding them to livestock and poultry, larger livestock like cattle will be able to break the pumpkins open themselves. However, smaller animals like sheep and goats and poultry will need that pumpkin cut up for them to make it easier for them to eat.
Absolutely. And in your opinion, why is it so important to utilize pumpkins and recycle them specifically for agriculture?
Well, we really always want to try to cut down food waste, and recycling pumpkins, by putting them into the compost pile, they can be recycled and used to add nutrients back into the soil. Or for feeding them to livestock and poultry, it can be a nice treat for the livestock and poultry, and they also provide nutrients to those animals as well.
Certainly. And on another note, you're also having a deer workshop coming up next week. Would you mind just telling us a little bit about that?
Yes, so next Thursday evening at 6 p.m. at our Montgomery County Extension Office in Independence, Dr. Drew Ricketts, who is our wildlife specialist on campus, he'll be coming down to talk about white-tailed deer biology and management. So he'll talk about some habitat requirements for them, supplemental feeding, disease, a variety of topics related to white-tailed deer. So if folks are interested in attending that, it is free of charge. We just ask that they RSVP by calling our Independence office at 620-331-2690.
All right, wonderful, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me on.
Of course. Stick around. We'll be right back.